Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Phantom X channel. I am Phantom X alongside my good friend Liquid Ebola. Hey there, Ebola. How you doing? Uh,
Oh, there.
yeah.
I forgot I had my thing muted.
Uh, okay, so we're gonna have some more people join us here in a little bit. So we had some big things happen today in Washington D.C. Did we not, Ebola?
Oh, we did.
Mm. We had a sniveling coward dictator worm, an outright dumb motherfucker. Volodymyr Zelenky was at the White House today, and what happened today, Ebola?
Well, basically, Trump offered him a way out, and he basically declined the way out, which would have the way out also included peace, but he didn't want that, I guess.
Hey, can you pull up the stuff from Trump's meeting with Zelensky himself before we react to the Brett Baird interview?
Okay.
Yeah, pull it up, Jamie.
Okay. There we go. Do you want me to play it?
Yeah, pull it full screen so we can watch this shit. This is fucking this is just awful.
Okay.
Maybe he didn't. I don't know what happened, but he didn't break him with me. He wants to make a deal. I don't know if you can make a deal. The problem is, I've empowered you to be a tough guy, and I don't think you'd be a tough guy without the United States. And your people are very brave, but you're either going to make a deal or we're out. And if we're out, you'll fight it out. I don't think it's going to be pretty, but you'll fight it out. But you don't have the cards. But once we sign that deal, you're in a much better position. But you're not acting at all thankful. And that's not a nice thing. I'll be honest, that's not a nice thing. All right, I think we've seen enough. What do you think? Huh? This is going to be great television, I will say that. All right.
It wasn't kidding.
We'll see what we can do about putting it together. Thank you.
All right, you can cut it there.
Yeah, it's
So basically, Zelensky went to the White House and they were going to sign the mineral rights deal. They were going to do pen to paper. It was ready to go, and Trump's like, "We're just going to go in the Oval Office and we're gonna
have a
talk to
chat.
you. Yeah, we're gonna have a chat. We're gonna talk to you in front of the whole United States." And it didn't go good.
Did they do that with every single world leader before they had the big one? They had a conversation in the Oval
No.
Office first.
So basically, what they normally do, they'll be behind closed doors, and they'll talk deals. They'll talk about hash stuff out. Not this time. Not
Oh,
this time.
okay, because like the French Prime Minister is kind of like in a similar place where they were
Mhm.
having that conversation. So that's what I thought.
And so Zelensky, this ungrateful son of a bitch. Can you pull up the conversation between him and our great Vice President JD Vance, where Zelensky
Ye
literally called him a son of a bitch, called him an outright bitch because he called him out. This was so fucking hilarious. It was
yes.
glorious, dude. I loved it. I loved it. I
Do you
fucking
want?
loved it.
Okay, there it. Uh, d- d- uh, Did you wait? Do I have it?
Man, I'm surprised. I don't even think I got a notification when shit went out tonight. Sorry, everyone. We're checking up on. We're getting information. This is like shit going down right now with Zelensky. Basically, everybody around the world. Oh, we stand with Ukraine. We stand with Zelensky. How about all you motherfuckers over the European Union? Won't you fucking give Zelensky all your fucking money? We're tired of it.
Yeah.
Tired of giving them all our fucking money.
Yeah. I'm trying to find the thing, but I can't find it. These are. It's not in the chat earlier.
I might have deleted it by accident. You might have to look it up.
Okay.
Yeah, notifications went out.
Okay.
I just think this is just fucking pathetic how Zelensky and to all of the Democrats and are up in Washington right now are like they're saying, oh, Putin won. There's so many people saying, oh, the real winner of today was Vladimir Putin. Fuck off.
Yeah, there are some people saying that calling like it was like they're like saying basically he's sleeping with Russia.
They've been saying that for years. No fucking proof. Fuck them.
Yeah.
It's fucking absolutely retarded on how people fucking forget that we've been giving this little bastard money for years. And he comes to the United States to sign a deal. Instead of going in for the deal, he wants to whine, bitch, and moan and complain about Trump wanting peace. Tells you a lot about this son of a bitch. He doesn't want fucking peace. He just doesn't. He just doesn't.
Yeah. It's hard to find, but it wasn't. It's like when JD was talking to him, you could like hear the first few seconds. You can like hear him say something that's not English, and that was basically what it was.
Yeah, pretty much called him a son of a bitch.
Yeah.
It's just so stupid how it's to a point where us Americans are like, this little motherfucker is ungrateful. He was up in Canada, was just a few days ago talking shit about the United States. He was, literally JD Vance said that, every time that anybody went over to Ukraine, it was just a propaganda tour, which I've seen the videos of Zelensky showing shit. Yeah, it was nothing but propaganda. A reminder, I want to remind everybody, under Bush, fucking Russia attacked Ukraine. Under Obama, they took the the Donbass. Then under Trump, not a damn thing. No advancements, no nothing. Under Biden, the war starts. They take over. I think a couple of thousand miles, give or take. And now Trump's like, you know what? This war needs to end. And you got to remember, Biden was the one that said, okay, you can use American weapons into Russia. That was a big fucking mistake. Big mistake. And then,
Yeah,
and then Zelensky, not too long ago, was on Vogue with his wife posing in some lavish fucking palace somewhere. Come on. You know that, and you can't even. It's like they're running out of fucking money. They run out of money. They're running out of weapons. You want to know why they're doing that? It's because one, they're stealing money. Two, they're stealing money. Three, they're stealing money. I'm trying to find that.
yeah, I'm trying to find it.
So much shit going on right now. Yep. And literally, Zelensky is right now, like tweeting out to everybody that they're saying, we're standing with Ukraine. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your support. Fuck off. Why aren't they giving you money, you son of a bitch? Why aren't they giving you money? Why don't European Union not giving you fucking money?
Okay, I found it.
All right. When you get pulled up, let's roll that beautiful beam footage.
Okay. So it's right here.
Thanking the president for trying to bring an end to this conflict.
Have you ever been to Ukraine? Did you say what problems we have?
I have been to.
Come once.
I've actually watched and seen the stories, and I know what happens is you bring people, you bring them on a.
There, he said it right
there. Yep, calling him a bitch.
Seen the stories, and I know what happens is you bring people, you bring them on a propaganda tour.
He also shook his head and kind of rolled his eyes as well.
Dude, you know it's bad when the Ukrainian fucking ambassador's sitting right there and she face palms. she's literally no, Zelensky, no, don't, Zelensky, no, he wasn't ready.
Where did she facepalm?
She was sitting in the Oval Office, right in front of them. So the woman that was like right in front of Trump on this side of the camera is the Ukrainian ambassador. You probably just could look it up on YouTube and find it.
Okay.
This fucking dude is hilarious as hell. I'm like, oh no. And you got people like Schumer and the rest of them are like, yeah, this is embarrassing. Trump embarrassed the United States. The hell he didn't. He was fucking standing up for us, you fucking putz.
You mean this?
Yeah, there it is. Look at her. Look at her. Roll it. Just roll it. This is hilarious as hell.
Reaction to that image and to what world leaders are undoubtedly thinking as they've watched this go down today.
Well, I think, Elizabeth, I mean, that is exactly the reaction which European officials right across this continent will be feeling when they watched that bombshell moment play out in the Oval Office. I mean, none of us saw it coming. The combative nature, the accusations, the body language, the pointing, you know, the animosity was just palpable throughout it all. And, you know, while European leaders and European
and it was coming from
officials are
Zelensky.
kind of, you know, just literally astonished and wondering where this goes next and what this means for Ukraine and European security. In the Kremlin right now, they are literally on cloud nine. I mean, they could never have written the script for this themselves. I mean, you know, the idea that Trump is saying, you know, in that social media statement after that Zelensky doesn't want peace. I mean, that is a line that the Kremlin would have written themselves. You know, I know a lot of the Ukrainians have met, you know, many of.
Guess what? It's true. He does not want peace.
I mean, it's ABC. What are you expecting?
He doesn't want peace. That's proven.
Yeah. I mean, he literally offered him a peace deal, and he didn't want it.
Yeah, Trump gave him an out.
He said
And
if
he
you
got yeah, go ahead.
I was saying he basically said that this is a deal, and if you don't sign it, then we're out. And you can try as much as you can fight as long as you can, but I don't know how long it's gonna last.
Hey, Sophie. Sophie, if you want to come on, hit up Ebola. He'll give you the link. If you want to come on for a little while. If you're able to. But dude, this was glorious. I was watching this and I was mad as bucket. I was mad as hell. I was absolutely livid. And literally everybody that's like are like back, you know, literally on their knees with their mouths wide open on Zelensky's dick right now.
The knee pads.
The knee pads. I've been trolling them. I've been sending them the thumbnail for this little live stream. Haven't been blocked yet. Well, I haven't really looked in a while, but yeah, this was just fucked up. This was beyond fucked up. It's like everybody say, "Oh yeah, Trump is doing Putin's bidding." No, Trump's doing the American bidding. He wants peace. And Zelensky does not want peace. Zelensky was supposed to be there to sign the mineral rights deal. That was it. I mean, pull up the Lindsey Graham reaction afterwards. That's funny as hell.
Have to. Do you want the long one or the short one? Because there's the one where he says
It's
to
the one
resign.
Yeah, just show that one. Just show that one.
This one?
Yeah, that one where he's outside the White House.
Okay. Yeah, ad.
All right.
For you and for us.
So, what I think? Complete, utter disaster. I've been to Ukraine 8 or 9 times since the war started. I understand the consequences of Putin's actions against Ukraine. I appreciate what the Ukrainian people have done. They've fought like tigers. At the end of the day, I was hoping that this minerals deal, which would be transformative in the relationship, would go over well. I talked to Zelensky this morning. Don't take the bait. President Trump was in a very good mood last night. Somebody asked me, am I embarrassed about Trump? I have never been more proud of the president. I was very proud of J.D. Vance.
This is surprising.
Standing up for our country. We want to be helpful. What I saw in the Oval Office was disrespectful, and I don't know if we can ever do business with Zelensky again. I think most Americans saw a guy that they would not want to go in business with. The way he handled the meeting, the way he confronted the president was just over the top. So I think the relationship between Ukraine and America is important, vitally important. But can Zelensky do a deal with the United States. After what I saw, I don't know.
What would he need to do, sir? Senator Graham.
You just had lunch with President Trump. What did he say to you about his interactions and whether he thinks
he was shocked? He was very upbeat. I told Zelensky, we'll talk about security guarantees. We'll talk about ceasefires and how the war ends. This is a process. You have a new relationship with America, a $500 billion, half a $1 trillion deal that President Trump is proud of, that gives us an interest worth defending. Let's talk about the positive. But he was terrible at Munich, Zelensky, and I think he has made it almost impossible to sell to the American people that he's.
So what he was talking about Munich, Zelensky was supposed to meet, I think, an envoy from the United States to talk about the mineral rights deal. He missed that meeting. Why? He slept in and forgot about the meeting. Go ahead.
That's that. Okay.
Yeah.
So he supposedly slept in.
He's a good investment. That he is a good business partner.
Last question. Senator Graham. Hey, one at a time. One at a time. Christian Daytop. Senator Graham, thank you. Do you think President Zelensky needs to resign to resume these peace talks?
He either needs to resign and send somebody over that we can do business with, or he needs to change.
Thank you.
That is very surprising from Lindsey Graham, the war hawk himself. And it's like,
Yeah, I was like, I think as Jeremy said that when Lindsey Graham is not on your side, it's really bad. Because he was, I think Lindsey was the most pro-Ukraine person that we had, or one of the most.
I guess Christendom's not coming in. Check. Go ahead and start pulling up the Brett Baird interview because that's the main event. So Brett Baird of Fox News had an interview with Zelensky that happened, I'd say, around 6 o'clock tonight. And they pretty much talked about the events of what happened. So Trump literally kicked Zelensky out of the White House today, which was very, very bold, very cool. Zelensky should just, Zelensky is a fucking awful person at this point. He should just, he should just go back to Ukraine.
It's this one, right?
Yeah, it's the one for Fox News itself.
Yeah. Do you want me to play it?
Okay.
Welcome back to Special Report. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenky. Mr. President, thank you for the time today, especially on this day, to continue to do this interview. President Trump said after your meeting that you disrespected him and the Vice President and all of America in the Oval Office.
Which he did.
Do you think you did? And do you think you owe an apology to President Trump?
Thank you so much. First of all, thank you for the invitation for this dialogue, and good evening to all your country, to all Americans. I'm very thankful to Americans for all your support. You did a lot. I'm thankful to President Trump and to Congress bipartisan support. And I was always very thankful from all our people.
He's got a face that people just want to punch.
3 years of full-scale innovation. You helped us to survive. Anyway, we are strategic partners, and even in such tough dialogue, and I think we have to be very honest, and we have to be very direct to understand each other, because it's for us very necessary to President Trump, and I'm with all respect that he wants to finish this war, but not nobody wants to finish more than we, because we in Ukraine, we are in this war, we are in this battle, and battle for freedom for our lives. So I'm just telling that I think that we have to be on the same side, and I hope that the president on our side together with us, and that is very important to stop Putin. And I heard from President Trump a lot of times that he will stop the war, and I hope he will, and we need to pressure him with Europe, with all the partners. And I think this dialogue had to be a little bit earlier to understand where we are. Like, you know, I don't remember exactly, but like President Reagan said, that peace is not just an absent the war. Yes, we're speaking about just and lasting peace, about freedom, about justice, about human rights. And that's why I said that I think so, that ceasefire, and you know Putin, he broken 25 times ceasefire during all these years, 10 years.
So I'm not hearing from you, Mr. President, a thought that you owe the president an apology.
No, I respect President, and I respect American people. And if, I don't know, if I think that we have to be very open and very honest. And I'm not sure that we did something bad.
You want to be open and honest, but yet you sit there and whine, bitch, and moan the entire time you were there talking to Trump. And you got called out. You got called out. You couldn't even apologize for being a complete pompous ass. Fuck you. Fuck you and fuck your country too. That's all I gotta say about that. You know, Trump's right. He's a dictator. He's a coward. He's a third-rate fucking comedian.
Okay, my thing is if he wanted to prove he's not a dictator, he should have taken the deal.
Exactly. Exactly.
And him not taking the deal and doing what he did kind of proved the dictator title to be accurate and correct.
Well, don't forget, he suspended elections. He's literally everybody that stood in his way, he's either jailed or had killed. This is a fact. This is a fact, 100% a fact. And literally people that were escaping Ukraine, he literally forced people to find men and boys and put uniforms on them to fight. That's what Zelensky done. He should have been out as president last year.
Was that when elections were supposed to be held? Quote unquote.
Yep.
They claim the same thing. Russia did the same thing for the elections as well.
Well, the thing is with Russians elections, nobody wants to go against Putin. That's the thing.
But
that's the thing.
Yeah, there's a theory that he's probably on his deathbed or about to die. I think.
This is just what floors me so fucking much is that it's at a point now to where this motherfucker comes to America, and I know one of the interviews they were talking about that Zelensky begged. He was on his knees begging for money.
Physically on his knees?
Well, that's the reporting. Wouldn't doubt it. Wouldn't doubt it.
Wouldn't be surprised because he's kind of... It's like you have all this stuff and you still need money. What are you doing over there? If you still need weapons and stuff, what are you doing with the rest that everyone else gave you?
Well, the thing is, though, America's pretty much gave him all our fucking weapons. We have no weapon. We have no bullets. We have nothing. Literally, if a war was start out today against America, we wouldn't have nothing to fight with. And that's a fact. That's a fact. That's 100% fact.
Mm.
All right, play.
All right.
I think maybe sometimes some things we have to discuss out of media, with all respect to democracy and to a free media. But there are things that where we have to understand the position.
All right,
of
pause it right
Ukraine
there. Free
and
media, free media. How many journalists? How many journalists in your own fucking country you've imprisoned because they've stepped up and talked against you, Zelensky?
Didn't he
Hundreds?
just ban Truth Social in Ukraine?
Mm-hmm. NX.
Okay, so the Ukraine X is also banned?
I think so. I know Elon mentioned it not too long ago that, I mean, literally Elon sent over Starlink to them. And I believe he pulled it because they were using Starlink to stuff for weapon systems to do tracking and shit.
Because I remember he originally sent Starlink over when the war originally started, which is when no one really had any clue what was going on.
All right, go ahead.
Ukrainians, and I think that is the most important thing. Yes, we are partners. You know, we are very close partners. We have to be fair. We have to be very free.
I'm told that you were told multiple times from lawmakers on Capitol Hill and the White House to make today about the minerals deal and the economic deal, and then get it signed and let negotiations play out over security guarantees step by step. Is that true?
I said that we have to sign this document, and we are ready for this. And this will be the first step to security guarantees, but it's not enough. I think so. Maybe I don't know something. I don't know some details. That's why I wanted to share it with the president.
That's where it went off script.
Thoughts, and to hear him.
What do you mean?
So basically, he was told today, go in, get the mineral rights deal signed, get this other stuff signed, and we will go step by step afterwards to do the security stuff, the ceasefire, and everything else. That's not what Zelensky wanted. Zelensky wanted money. So basically, the day was to sign the deal for the mineral rights and go from there. Zelensky wanted more money because European Union just gave him a shit ton of money. Canada just gave him a shit ton of money. And now we're not going to give him money quite yet until shit gets sorted out. And he got mad about it. So he opened his big fucking mouth. And look what got him.
And because he has a plan how to stop Putin. And maybe, as I said, maybe it's out of big conversations, but we have to share it. You know, this is so sensitive. You know, just a ceasefire without security guarantees, this is so sensitive for our people. I'm speaking like a president of a people who are in this struggle 3 years, and they just want to hear that America on our side and that America will stay with us, not with Russians, with us. That's it. But I'm sure that it will be. This is the first step to security guarantees. Europeans, we don't need to lose them. They are good allies for the United States. The United States is the most or the biggest donator of support and of peace. But we don't need to lose
Pause it right
Europe.
there.
And they also.
There's the key word. Biggest supporters gave him more money, more bullets, more everything.
I mean, Trump did say, I think it was earlier today, or that Zelensky views America as basically a leverage for negotiations, and we should not be a leverage or advantage, as the word he used. We just, yeah, and he also said the word donator as well. So, he just views us as a money bag.
We're his personal piggy bank. That's all we are.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Also want to know next steps. We have to be very open to understand how to stop the war.
Right. But do you think the public spat in the Oval Office in front of the media served Ukrainians well today?
I think this kind of spat is I mean this this is not good for both sides anyway, and I will.
No, it was just bad for you,
open, but I
Zelensky.
can't,
It was bad for you because you showed the true
our
colors
Ukrainian
today.
attitude to Russia, and I don't want they kill us for us. You know, this is very, very clear that Americans are the best of our friends, Europeans are the best of our friends, and Putin with Russian, their enemies. And it doesn't mean that we don't want peace. We just want to recognize the reality, the real situation.
President Trump is convinced
What up,
that
Grease?
you will never
up, man?
sign a deal with
Give me
Vladimir
one
Putin.
second.
Is he right?
No.
All right. But like I was saying, this motherfucker thinks we're his personal money bag. Literally. Zelensky's a bitch. He's 100% a bitch. Go ahead.
Okay.
I think so. What I think, Ukraine wants peace, and we will have anyway diplomacy. We will have negotiations. I only said that I think so. It's about just and lasting peace. It means that we have to be very strong at the table of negotiations, and at these negotiations, Ukraine and Russia, like sides of this war, have to be, and the United States and Europe. That's what I said. So we are ready for peace, but we have to be in strong position. What does it mean? Just to know that our army is strong, that our partners with us, and that we have security guarantees.
So this is the disrespectful guy?
Not right?
Leaving the White
Yeah.
House today,
Yeah.
President Trump
Pause
said
it for a
this.
second. So you probably have been watching today, but Zelensky and Trump had a little spat in the Oval Office today. It was glorious.
I saw it today. I saw it today, man. I laughed my butt off. I said, like, yo, that's my president right there. Like, he just said, like, well, he said, no, you don't have a position. No, you don't have a position. You don't have a position. No, you don't. You don't. You don't.
Have the
I was
you don't
like,
have the cards.
Dude,
you don't have the cards.
JD Vance literally was fucking telling Zelensky he's hitting him with truth bombs, and Zelensky called JD Vance a fucking bitch. Literally called him a fucking bitch in Russian.
Yeah.
He used it in
It's like
the language that they use over there.
Well, that just proves that JD Vance, JD Vance has more balls than Mike Pence. I'll say that, and also JD Vance, like, I think he's gonna be. I think he's gonna be the next president, man. To be honest with you, like the way he's acting, the way he's presidential already, the way that like you had Donald Trump just like let JD Vance do all the talking until like Zelensky got all crazy on him. Like that's when he just stepped in, like, whoa, you don't talk to him like that. Nah, you ain't talking to him like that.
Is the minute he started talking about the videos, you could see him turn his head and say something in not English and shake his head, and that's where he called him a. That's where he just called him a bitch, basically.
Yeah, I mean,
I think what's really funny about it. Give me a second.
No, it's all good.
So I mean, I think the funniest thing is when Lindsey Graham of all fucking people go out there and says, "Okay, Zelensky needs to resign." You lost. You lost.
Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah, it's
think
like Lindsey warmongering Graham.
All right, go ahead.
And the ambassador of Ukraine face bombing.
this guy looks like a
He's
bulldog.
looking to go on and fight. He wants to come back right now, but I can't do that.
What do you make of that? Do you want to continue fighting? Do you want peace? And if he had the opportunity to go back to the White House right now, would you do it?
No. First of all, we want peace. That's why.
Oh, well, he made his.
That's why.
He's an idiot.
No.
He's
President Trump.
He's an
Thanks
idiot.
for invitation again. The deal on minerals is the first step to security guarantees.
That Democratic Party is paying this guy off, bro. They must be giving him a whole bunch of money just to say no.
We have tough
pay you
situation
this
to
much to
understand
say
it
no.
is to be in Ukraine. You saw it, Brad. You was once. Thank you again. So I think that's very important to understand what's going on. But I respect my soldiers and our people, our civilians who work and support our warriors. I can't say just stop. Nobody will stop because everybody afraid that Putin will come back tomorrow. We want just and lasting peace.
As long as Trump is there, Putin ain't gonna mess with you, bro.
We raise this topic about NATO the quickest way, but not all the countries are on this side. I said, okay, if not NATO, nobody is pushing. If not NATO, let's build NATO in Ukraine. That's my position. Europeans are ready to have contingents on our territory, boots on the ground. United States thinks
With our money, though.
maybe to help, maybe
With our money.
Backstop
All right, pause it.
have to be just to guarantee.
So I've been watching. So I've been watching freaking Twitter all day long ever since this happened, and everybody part of the European Union has been saying, "Oh, we stand with Zelensky. We stand with Zelensky." So basically, the thumbnail for tonight's little video thing, I've been tweeting out to everyone that's saying they're standing with Zelensky. I even said to Zelensky himself.
Zelensky is an idiot, man. Like so that just shows you he's willing to sacrifice all his people just so he could get paid or whatever. It's crazy, man.
Well, also you gotta remember this. It was about a year ago. It came out that Zelensky was forcing men and boys to come back to Ukraine to fight against the Russians. Literally.
That's crazy.
Even men that literally they dressed like women to run from the country didn't want to fight. They literally dressed up as women and hid to not be part of this damn fucking war.
My biggest signal was when it basically just gave people an excuse to just hate Russians for no reason. Like I've seen people who's like, if you're Russian, instantly you're a terrible person.
I'm not gonna say sit here. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry, Ebola. I cut you off. Go ahead.
Saying,
my bad, bro.
There's one server I was on that some Russian comes in and occasionally when I was in there and literally apologized for being Russian, and we're like, why are you apologizing for being born Russian? It's not your fault.
Listen, I'm not the biggest Russian fan, however, because one, that Ivan Drago killed Apollo Creed. That's one of the reasons. But another reason, but another reason is like Russia and the USA always had this frenemy type of thing. It's like, we can't really stand each other, but we know that we gotta work with each other type of situation.
Like, it's the whole the enemy to my enemy is my friend. The only time we were allies was during World War II, and also splitting.
And even then, like Harry S. Truman even told Joseph Stalin that he's the scum of the earth because he killed millions and millions of people or whatever. So I think that's what type of relationship America and Russia will always have. However,
It's the
we'll never be yeah, we'll
if
never
we
be
need to
fully
be
friends.
yeah, if we need to be allies, we will, but we're not going to be like best bud allies.
Yeah, it's
It's
never
oil
gonna
and water
happen.
with it's oil and water with us in Russia. Straight up, it's oil and water. And
Yeah.
so let's give a little context of why Putin, he went into Ukraine. Back before the fall of the Soviet Union, Ukraine was part of Russia. So it was part of Russia. It actually used to be the original capital of Russia was Ukraine. It was Kiev. Yeah.
Because that's also where
And
Chernobyl is as well.
yeah.
Right?
And so Putin wanted lands back because they literally cut off the land between Russia and the Black Sea, which was a very important port for Russia. And Putin just wanted it back. He just wanted it back. And under Bush Jr., he took some land back. He took more land back he took the Donbass, around the Donbass, because the people of the Donbass are Russian. They're Russian. They speak Russian. So they're basically Russian citizens that want to be part back into Russia. And then Obama, he took a little bit more. And don't forget, Obama sent Ukraine blankets. No javelins, no nothing else. Blankets.
He says, "I make it cold." Okay, so this is where I have to say objectively, we got to give Obama some credit. Like, he knew how to shut down the border, and like he wasn't that stupid to give people weapons like Joe Biden was. Like, so like that's about the most thing I can give him. But continue, Phantom.
and then when Trump was president, Russia didn't move. They had what they wanted. They didn't move an inch. And as the election in 2020 got closer and closer, Putin knew they were
we can move a little bit more.
They knew that they were going to get out because they probably went to Russia and said, "Can you help us out?" Which we know they did. And it was maybe less than a few months later, Putin started setting up around Ukraine, and I have to say, he did in plain sight, and that actually was a smart tactic that Putin did. He said, "Oh, we're just doing exercises. We're just doing nuclear test exercises." No, motherfuckers, he was setting up a fucking war, and you morons saw it and didn't do a damn thing about it.
I think he did it. He set the invasion or whatever you want to call it right after the Olympics were over.
He says like we gotta let the game. We want Mother Russia to at least get a couple of gold medals, and then I'll take over your country. Like,
yeah, because the whole Olympics thing was some of it was talking about how they were saying, I think, weapon training or something. And I think Russia got 3 gold medals or something. I think.
Well, so what was going on? Putin was doing nuclear testing, rocket testing.
That's what they said. It's like, oh, it's just nuclear testing.
Now, like for myself being a history buff, watching wars and how stuff is set up and everything, I said this like probably around maybe a couple months before this happened, when he started like putting his troops on the border of Ukraine. He's about to attack. And I was called a conspiracy theorist. I was called a fool. I didn't know what I was talking about. But guess what? I was fucking right. I was fucking right when I seen that shit.
You can just tell the way they were
the
way they were doing the drills and everything. It's just like, this guy is about to launch an attack.
I knew Ukraine. Alex Jones. I was like hearing every once in a while, like I'll listen to Alex Jones, and then I'll just like not listen to Alex Jones for a while. Like I'll pop in and out every once in a while. I mean, he's a funny dude, but sometimes like Alex be going so crazy where you're like, all right, bro,
He
like
called it.
chill a little
He
bit.
called it.
But he called it.
But
No, and this
yeah,
he even said like in I believe it was in
it was
2018.
2020.
He said like or 2018, 2020. He said like he says
2019.
guys, yeah, 2019. He says guys, just want to let you know, Russia will overtake Ukraine and we'll be possibly having a World War III. And it's just like they said, like they called him a crazy conspiracy theorist. And where are we right now? Like where are we right now?
And don't
Literally,
forget.
Donald Trump even told, yeah,
And don't forget. It was what say August. It was between August and December. Biden said, "Okay,
yeah,
use American weapons in Russia. Go ahead, lob our rockets in there. Go ahead."
yeah,
Gave him the green light. And what happened? Fucking Putin dropped those damn missiles on that Ukrainian war factory. Put the fear
yeah,
of God in Zelensky.
yeah,
I made a video. I think about a year and a half ago that has this man on it. Says he wants World War III. Putin wants power, and Joe Biden had no clue. And we're so close at World War III at this point.
It's not even funny.
He wants it. Zelensky wants it, and he's
wants it.
Yeah, he wants it. He wants it.
But the thing is, the USA is not going to step in, and if the US doesn't step in, then Ukraine is screwed. They're going to get destroyed. Like they're going to be wiped off the face of the planet.
The only time U.S. is going to get involved, like the last two times, is if someone decides to attack the U.S. Which
I don't think they're crazy enough to do that.
Zelensky said in a few minutes ago in this interview that the United States is the biggest donator in this. We have no weapons. Why? Because they've gone to Ukraine and to Israel. Trump wants this deal. Trump's basically got a deal going on right now in Israel with Gaza, with Hamas, right now.
Yeah.
What is the deal over there?
So I believe they released more hostages. I believe the last couple days. The ceasefire, I believe, is still ongoing. And so basically peace is starting to come back to the Middle East. As I know. Now, over Russia, so we know Zelensky was up talking to Trudeau. Trudeau gave him billions. European Union gave him a ton of money. United States is like, we're done. We're done. Either you give us the rights to these minerals that we don't have here, or
you guys got nothing.
Yeah.
Or you're out of.
He knows it. He knows it. The European knows it, and Trudeau knows it. Like if the USA is out of this war, it's done. Like bye Ukraine. That's what you guys are gonna be singing.
Well, see, the thing with Ukraine. So at the end, when the Soviet Union collapsed back in, I think it was 1989.
Give me a second.
They left Russia.
1991.
Yeah, 1991. So they left Russia. They stayed their independence. But they took lands and people that were part of Russia that did not want to leave Russia. And Putin just wants to bring those people back into Russia, which he has.
Yeah. They want it's like one of those things. We want to be Russian, we want to be part of Russia, but like this other government is preventing us from being Russian, type of thing.
And
From what I'm looking at.
Yeah, and another thing, another reason why Putin went into Ukraine, and I'm gonna say this is on my main channel, so this ain't gonna hurt it much, is because most of the people that are in the government of Ukraine are Nazis. They are. It's proven.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's like there's neo-Nazis all over the fucking place in the government of Ukraine. And that's one of the reasons why Putin wanted to go in to weed them out. I mean, has everybody forgotten when Mark Hamill did that live thing with those Ukrainian soldiers, which were what? They're Nazis. They're part of a Nazi army group that's in Ukraine. And don't forget, one of the Ukrainians that went to where? To Canada, that got a standing ovation by the parliament, was a Ukrainian Nazi.
I was about to ask, where was the Nazi that got a standing ovation from?
Mm-hmm. He's from Ukraine.
That's crazy, dude.
Because and
meanwhile, the Democratic Party is like gonna try, knowing them, even though the if he keeps on acting the way he's acting, and America pulls out, there's gonna be Democrats that are gonna try to donate some of their donate their city's money to this guy.
Dude, they're already doing it. They're already doing it.
Yeah.
They're on X. There's so many Democrats are like, we stand with Ukraine. We stand with Ukraine. So basically, you're standing with Nazis. Bravo. I'm not surprised. It was the Democrat Party that gave the rise to the.
They love being in their Halloween costumes, man. I tell you, man.
Mm-hmm.
They like dressing them as ghosts every year.
Yeah.
You know, I'm surprised we're talking about Nazis and the person I invited hasn't showed up yet. But yeah, man. It's like, dude, this is bad. This is so bad. All right, go ahead, Ebola.
Okay.
That they are with Europeans. Look at Europe. It's strong. It became stronger, but they also want
Europe
to
is
have
not strong
allies
without
like
America.
The United States. That's what I said. I just want to understand what the peace. It's not my question,
Okay.
Brad. This is the question
Real
from
quick.
all our people.
Real quick. Can you pause this real quick, Ebola?
Yeah.
I was just gonna say this. This is to all of Europeans. I'm tired of this. Like, I'm tired of y'all talking down on the United States, saying like we're this, we're that, we're this and that, we're this and that. But meanwhile, we're bankrolling basically your whole entire economy. You guys like taking our restaurants, like all our fast food chain restaurants in your country. You say that America is all a bad place or whatever, and you say disrespectful things. But the moment it's time for wartime, when you guys need us the most, who you guys always call?
Please, America, come save us, America, save us. Fuck off.
That's what I was saying earlier. Like, it's funny how they demonize America all the time, but the minute they have a problem, they're like, "My Swiss Army knife, come save me."
As soon as Russia just pokes a European nation, like they're willing to just say, "America, can you please step in?" Like, whoa! I thought we was bad. I thought we was a horrible country.
I'm
we're
on vacation. I don't want to deal with this.
It's like, I thought we were horrible people. I thought we were just a bad country, and we were a bunch of know-it-alls. Like, I keep the receipts. I be seeing what Europe be talking about America. So like,
I have the notes.
I have the notes, however, and also like the reason why you guys are the reason why you guys get to have your quote unquote free healthcare and your free army is because of us. We cut you guys off, your whole entire economy explode. You You go ahead, Ebola. I'm sorry. I had to say that real quick. Like, you know.
It's funny how it is. I will say it is funny how the country that doesn't talk crap about us is the one that brought us into World War II.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's kind of ironic.
When I traveled to the front lines with you last year to see the situation, to mark the anniversary of the war, and this is what you told me back then.
Beloved icon and grandfather, Khalid Nabhan has become the latest in the long list of victims and just.
Oh,
mute that.
Will Ukraine
commercial.
survive without Congress support? Of course, but not all of us. It will be tragedy for all of us, not only for Ukraine, not only for Ukrainians. For
Wasn't
all
this
Europe.
guy a comedian?
Yeah.
Yes.
So the question today
A
is,
third
can
rate
Ukraine
one.
win this war or hold off Russia without continued U.S. support?
It will be difficult for us. That's why I'm here. That's why we speak about the future negotiations. It will be difficult without your support, but we can't lose
Time out.
our people.
So you're saying, so first one, you didn't come dressed properly. That's really disrespectful. Two, you insulted basically your only two lifelines that's keeping your country afloat. And three, you not only did you insult the United States, you're still begging money and still saying that we could try to find a better deal. Dude, you're crazy. You're crazy.
What's the second life? What's the second lifeline?
I don't think he has a second lifeline or whatever.
I thought you said. There's the U.S. and what's the other option?
His country's gonna get wiped off of the face of the planet, and like they're gonna adopt the Russian flag, and it's gonna be called Russia again.
So either sign the deal or become Russian again.
Pretty much.
Well, see,
that's where.
See, this the thing is with this whole situation, right? We know that the oligarchs run Ukraine, and most of them are Russian, and a lot of them are Nazis, and that's true. And you got don't forget, Joe Biden's son worked for one of the oligarchs that was full blown. Yeah, he's a hand motioning, mustache guy like her, So
he's a Yahtzee. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yahtzee.
At the end of the day, this comic, it's like this motherfucker is literally everybody's like tweeting at him. We stand with Ukraine. Thank you for your support. Well, then get money from them, motherfucker. Your bar tab is closed, motherfucker.
This is his best comedian. This is his best comedian skit yet. I think I remember.
Honestly,
I think I remember hearing a thing that one of his skits was becoming a.
I knew it. I knew it. We talked about fucking Nazi.
Howdy.
Shows up.
What's up, Isaac?
I apologize.
Isaac, what's going on, man?
I apologize. I thought it was 9:30. I
No, you're
realize
good.
It was 8:30. I apologize.
Okay.
But I'm here, and what you guys at right now?
Okay, so we're watching the Zelensky Brett Baird interview, dude. I gotta tell you, when Zelensky called JD Vance a fucking bitch in the Oval Office, I'm like, that son of a bitch.
It was also in not English.
Yeah, I don't know who the heck he thinks he is, especially when he's begging for money. He should be kissing their what if he knew what was good for him.
Did you see what I've been doing since today? When everybody the ones that are saying that they stand with Ukraine, I posted the thumbnail of this live stream to every one of them. I'm tweeting it to them.
I mean, and the thing is, it's actually getting under their skin too, because it's their little virtue signal. It's it's crazy.
They're about to be like, listen, I urge Ukraine. I'm not no geographical politics type of dude, but I urge Ukraine. The more facts that I know about this, you guys probably should listen to what Trump is saying, because if the USA pulls out, you guys are done. You expect Canada is going to protect you? You think Canada is going to do something for you? Okay, like their person is scared of Trump. Like he's going to do what Trump says or whatever, and because now. Go ahead.
Well, like I was saying, Isaac, it's like one of the reasons why Putin has disdain for the Ukrainian government, because in the Ukrainian government from the top down, it's nothing but Nazis. Literally,
I
not
mean,
living Nazis are running the fucking country right now, and that's the reason why he wants them out. You can't blame the motherfucker.
I mean, kinda. It's kinda. I mean, but Zelensky, I don't know. I don't even know much about Zelensky as a person other than the fact that he was the actor and stuff. I mean, I don't know.
Well, I
I'm
mean,
just thinking retrospectively. I mean, there is a lot of that in Ukraine. They had that division. I mean, what didn't they give a medal to a guy that was actually he served
Yep.
in the World War II? You know,
Yep.
it's like, so I mean,
And the Mark Hamill
yeah,
shit when he was actually on a video call with that neo-Nazi fighting unit. Remember that from a couple years ago?
yeah. So I don't know where they think they're gonna get support from. I don't know, you know. And what was I gonna say regarding that? What was I gonna
Because the
say?
thing is, like, because they can't get the support from China because China's gonna roll with Russia, and like if we pull out, then they're done. They're done. They're about to be
No, well,
Russia.
the
They're
thing is,
gonna be Russian again.
from my understanding, like that whole region of Ukraine identifies as Russian. Like they don't even speak really Ukrainian; they speak Russian. Like leave that region to Russia and let them be Russian. Live next to them in peace. And okay, you lost some land, but it's better than a bunch of men dying every day. You know.
Well, also, so the area they took when Ukraine annexed it, when they became independent after the fall of the Soviet Union in the early 90s, the portion that literally Putin has and he's maintaining is, you're right, it's Russian speaking people that want to be part of Russia.
So
And
Zelensky is kind of being a fascist, and he's never held an election ever. And there
Silencing
is
his
reports
political
that
opponents.
the Ukrainian parliament tonight is rumored to be gathering at the moment, from what I've heard, and they might be holding an impeachment for him.
dude, if Lindsey Graham comes out, it says you need to go. You lost your biggest supporter.
You lost. You lost the warmonger. If the warmonger says you're doing too much, you're doing way too much, dude. You lost all closing of this deal. Like you have nothing to stand on, bro. You are on shaky ground.
When we get finished with this interview, we will go back and replay the Lindsey Graham one because that's fucking hilarious. Go ahead, Ebola.
All right.
We can't lose our freedom. So a lot of people, Russians came to our territory, you know it. Russians came to our houses, and everybody saw it, video, images, a lot of things.
But there was already
They killed
Russians
so
there.
many people. Just to forget it, just to say that Putin is a great guy. No, without us, we don't want it. That's why we speak about, you know, everybody remembered how it was the first days of the war, how they came. Nobody wants in Ukraine. Yes, of course, nobody will forget it, but nobody wants to have, again, new wave of occupation. That's why when we say, no NATO, what security guarantees can we have? I'm not pushing, we are not pressuring, we're just asking, we're just sharing very clear messages to our friends.
You trying to be a multi-millionaire.
You stay with us. Thank you so much.
So this motherfucker was in Canada a few days ago talking shit about the United States. Literally with Trudeau running us down just days before he met Trump. days.
And he
See,
supported
Trump
the
was
Mao
already
too,
mad at him.
so
You already know
Trump
Trump
was
already saw the interview. You already know him and JD Vance. They were saying like, "Oh God, okay, so he gonna come like this. All right. Let's at least
you could
talk with
already
them. We're gonna talk with
you
him."
you could tell when he was mocking the way he was dressed. He was not having it.
That
And
man
now
Trump says,
Zelensky, dude,
"Hey, I like how the way he dresses."
and now Zelensky is on. Oh yeah, Crease, we got Clown of the Week next week. We're looking at him.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And
Oh yeah.
also all the European Union, the leaders of the European Union, and the people that have been tweeting out that they stand with Zelensky. All you motherfuckers are going to be the collective Clown of the Week next week. I'm just saying.
I think after listening to this clip too, he speaks really great English. And when they were in the Oval Office, I think he was kind of doing that thing where he pretends not to totally understand everything, and he was like trying to overtalk Trump and Vance. And I think he was kind of doing that.
That
The
was
whole
never going,
broken English.
dude.
Yeah.
Trump was getting so mad, dude. He was not turning orange. He was turning red, dude, because he was getting mad. He was getting mad.
Did you see Trump put his hand on Zelensky's shoulder and he squeezed his
Yeah.
shoulder? It creased his shirt. It creased his shirt from the
Yeah.
grip.
Dude, it was so funny to watch the Ukrainian ambassador go, "Oh, we're fucked. We're fucked." Zelensky, no, he wasn't ready.
He wasn't ready.
She literally facepalmed. It's like this is not helping.
Because he
This
messed
is
with the
not
man
good.
who wrote the art of the deal. That's who he messed with.
Yeah.
He tried to out-negotiate
He
him.
says, "You have nothing to stand on." No. He's like, Trump is like, you have nothing to stand on. No.
Yeah, I'm gonna re-reference that video I did over a year and a half ago. Only thing Zelensky wants is World War III. That's all he wants. He literally wants to be control of everything. No elections. And Isaac, I don't know if you heard me earlier, but you remember about roughly a year ago when Zelensky had his own soldiers to go into Europe and hunt down men and boys to force them to come back to fight in the war. And these were guys that were dressing like women to hide from the government.
So I'm not going to
Yeah.
disclose anything, but I talked to someone in person, not online, like a couple weeks ago, who's from Ukraine. I was talking to someone who was here, and he was from Ukraine, and he was saying that he actually knows of several people who he had a buddy who was like heading home from college, and they just like pulled him over, ripped him out of his vehicle, and he disappeared. His family never saw him again. Like they took him. That's
Holy
it.
crap.
And then you go get sent off.
Oh.
Another guy, he said, was coming back from like skiing. He was skiing up in the mountains. The government van pulls him over. He's a young man. They take him. You're gone. Never see him again. And they never tell your family. You just get shipped off to war and you're gone. That's it. It's
Wow.
literal kidnapping, for a power hungry dictator, little midget.
Yeah. Go ahead, Ebola.
Okay.
Let's do the infrastructure of security guarantees. Let's just share with our people, that America stay with us. That's great. We count on it. But just to share it and to say,
Oh, you count on it.
How does the war
Okay.
end? How do you get to a deal? You're at a place right now where there is no deal. How do you get it back on track?
I think that Europe is
You
ready
need to
for
apologize.
contingents and to help us with financing of big army, such big as we have now. This is our army is the part of security guarantees. Now we want to find the place for our biggest strategic partner, for the United States, or United States will propose where and how the United States will give us security guarantees, what kind of and what part of volume of security guarantees.
All right,
and
pause
when
it.
we will be ready with this.
The thing is, Zelensky, they were going to do that in time. They just wanted you to sign the mineral rights, and they were going to work everything else out. And you dumb son of a bitch had to go into the Oval Office, whine, bitch, complain, stomp your feet, and had a tantrum. And guess what? Daddy Trump put your ass in place, you little bitch.
Yep. He was used to 4 years of pushing around puppet Biden and getting whatever he wanted.
Yeah.
You know, he says jump, he would
So
say how high, and he's not getting that anymore.
he's like, he says, we're not fitting your bill no more. He's like, we like all Americans have suffered because, like, you know, because that's why everything was the inflation was so high, because we were in a war that we were not even in a war. I mean, we were giving out weapons that we didn't even sign off on.
We have no ammunition. We have no bullets. We have nothing. Nothing. Because of this shit.
Yeah.
And the day that Biden said, okay, you can use American weapons into Russia. You can lock missiles in there.
That's when he should have been impeached right then and there, or whatever.
Yep.
They should the same thing that they were trying to do with Trump. They did not do. They need to do with Biden, because he should be brought up on war crimes. Obama's and Bush's, all of them. They got it. They need to be at the altar as we speak.
Yep. Criminals, all traitors.
Yep. We will come to diplomacy. To diplomacy, yes, with Russians, Europeans, United States, and we. Four of us, I think this is real way, because with weapon, it's too long. It's not enough. We don't have enough weapon to push them out, and we don't see.
All right, pause it.
For now, we don't see really.
What happened to all the fucking weapons we've been giving you, you little bastard? Oh yeah, you know what happened? They've used them all. They've lobbed everything they've had into fucking Russia. And don't forget about a year ago when they lobbed fucking missiles into Poland and tried to say it was Russia that fucking did to start fucking World War III.
They killed farmers
and
stuff. The Polish farmer got killed just because of stray missile from Ukraine.
See, okay, so from what I'm gathering, the more information that I'm gathering, I'm still quote unquote a normie on this situation. But it seems like Russia just wants the land back, and they don't want a World War III. But like Ukraine is like saying like, nah, we're the victims in this thing. We want the World War III so we can get more money in our country. Am I correct, or am I like?
So Russia. So Russia was cut off to the Black Sea. Their biggest port is in the Black Sea. Putin wanted it back. That's all he wanted. He wanted the area that was Russian-speaking citizens back, and he wanted that direct route from Russia to the Black Sea.
Okay.
That's all he wanted. That's all he wanted.
And say what you will about Putin, he's not a great guy, you know, and he's, but you, in his perspective, you got to think like he doesn't want NATO countries on his border with missiles pointing, like in the opposite. It's like the Cuban Missile Crisis in his situation this time. Like, how would we feel if they put missiles right down near Florida? Oh, wait, they did, and we freaked out. So we're essentially saying we're going to put missiles in Ukraine 2 feet away from your border. And he's like, no, we need a buffer. Part of our peace treaty with Russia that we're not going to go to war with them is that Ukraine is never allowed in NATO. And the fact that we've even entertained that, we have violated our peace treaty with Russia by doing that.
Well, also you got to remember, under Trump, Ukraine never had the notion to be part of NATO. Under Biden, the day that Biden was sworn in is when Zelensky said, "I want to be part of NATO."
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolute ridiculous.
Go ahead, Ebola.
Big volume of new support from the United States, but with all respect again. So for today, we'll be ready with security guarantee. Really, when I say NATO, it's not about that I mean, we are focusing on this war. It's about very understandable infrastructure of security guarantees. And you see that no NATO countries, for today, no NATO countries been under attacks.
Senator Lindsey Graham, Republican from South Carolina, he has been a big proponent of you and of Ukraine, said this today after the meeting.
We want all those minerals.
I hate
Lindsey
fucking
Graham's
want
also
all
gay,
those-
so there's that. But
We want all those minerals.
Mhm.
With.
I have never been more proud of the president. I was very proud of J.D. Vance standing up for our country.
He might be on that list. That's why he's acting the way he's
What I
acting.
saw in the
I'm
Oval Office
sorry.
was disrespectful, and I don't know if we can ever do business with Zelensky again. He either needs to resign and send somebody over that we can do business with, or he needs to change.
So he says you need to consider resigning. Is that on the table?
I don't know if he will be happy after my words. This decision can do only people of Ukraine.
You're not going to step down to do a peace deal.
No, I
Have
was
someone else take over.
always ready. I'm not sure that is a good idea for I mean this such proposals. But anyway, I always said if United States will support NATO, so I think that it's enough for Ukraine. So I think I did all I had to do.
Can I just say NATO is obsolete at this point? It's obsolete.
oh yeah, they don't benefit us at all. At
I
the very
mean,
least.
We're doing most
Like,
of the
NATO
work.
is a
mean,
That's
very
what it
essential,
is.
like,
Original
European
reason
thing. Europe needs NATO. All those little countries, like we don't need them for anything.
we
Like
don't.
we can protect ourselves.
I mean, what was the reason behind NATO? Like the
It
creation
was
wasn't-
it was creation
World War
to
II.
it was the creation to prevent Russia from taking over. That's all it was.
Exactly. Yeah.
And half of the countries that are part of NATO at this point hate America. They hate America.
Yeah.
Look at Turkey. Turkey is the prime example that they hate us so fucking much. They've aligned with Russia and China and other countries to go against us.
Because we're cool. It's because we're cool with Israel. That's what it is.
And another thing, I think the United Nations is a joke, and it should be disbanded.
I think Turkey in NATO even has violations because Turkey is an Islamic nation, which has certain, shall we say, human rights violations that don't agree with the NATO bylaws and stuff. You know, it's just such a joke. NATO.
Well, I mean, like, look at Europe as we speak. It's basically it's mostly Muslim now. It's like Muslims. Europe.
Dude, also
It's like
you gotta
looking
look
like
at
Saudi
this.
Arabia every day.
You gotta look at this. When we were attacked on 9/11, Turkey was the one country that did not help us. They didn't help us. Period. They might have started in the beginning, but then they're like, nah, fuck this shit, I'm out.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Because I was gonna say, like, with these small European countries, if you notice, like, anytime when they let the Muslims in or whatever, due to, like, DEI or whatever, usually their country, like, all their beliefs, all their stuff is usually gonna get wiped out and become Sharia law. Like, that's what I noticed, because that's what is happening in the UK right now as we speak. Or whatever, I got friends in the UK that are saying it's getting worse. Or wherever.
Ireland as well.
Well, also you have to look at this. In the earlier stages of this, I guess it's a proxy war. Let's call it what it is. It's not it's not a fucking war. It's a proxy one.
Land dispute. Yeah.
Yeah. And there were multiple times that there were they were going to have a peace deal. And it was the UK and the United States. Nah, you're gonna fight. You're gonna fight Russia. You're gonna fight Russia. And you gotta remember, where was the biggest pivotal moment that started this fucking war? When our dumbass former Vice President Kamala Harris went to Munich and literally said that Putin wasn't going to do a goddamn thing. And guess what? He attacked the very next
He
day.
did.
The next
He
day.
says,
I mean, if I was him and I
oh,
saw that, I'd be like, hell yeah, they're not going to stop me. Yeah.
Mhm.
You know, it's like,
yeah.
He probably was like, all right, bet.
He's just like, they got a walking corpse as a president. I'm good. So yeah, like
I can do whatever I want.
and the thing is,
But-
this
I
is
can
not
do
the way the
whatever
left
I want.
frames this either. This is not a war for good and evil. Ukraine
Yeah.
is a corrupt country. Russia is a corrupt country. Both
Yeah.
have innocent people in them.
It's
you know,
it's
fighting
it's
on both
literally
sides.
just corrupt. It's corrupt versus corrupt. Which is more corrupt is the question.
Now, now I don't know if you guys remember last summer, but did anybody watch that Tucker Carlson interview with Vladimir Putin?
I did.
I saw it right when it came out. Yeah.
Yeah.
I watched Jeremy react
So
to it.
I believe that we watched it, and this is like before the GCA Discord was founded. I watched it. I know a few of us did when we were part of another server, and
Yeah.
so I was looking at that, and I'm like, love him or hate him, Vladimir Putin, he is an evil son of a bitch. We know he's had his political opponents assassinated. We know this. We
Yeah.
know that he's had people, thrown in prison for a little less than nothing.
He's a
But
thug.
then just remember when a man who pretends to be a woman basketball player got arrested and
Brittany Griner,
which is a man. There is proof. There are pictures of this without a shirt on, clearly a man. Who did we give back to Russia? The Merchant of Death.
Yeah.
The Merchant of Death.
And he's already back in the business too, right
Mhm.
now.
Yeah.
And if you guys,
Because Joe Biden's an idiot.
but you guys really noticed that, like last year up until now, they really stopped talking about the Ukraine war. It used to be going down our throats 24/7, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. And then,
because
then
Israel.
2020 and 2024, it went to zero. They literally stopped talking about it.
Because the more
Also, I mean, Brittany
war of
Griner
Israel
broke the
and
law
Gaza
too and
happened.
was rightfully arrested. Like drugs are
She
illegal
Yeah.
did.
in
I think
Russia. You
in-
went to a country
yeah, you're
and
not.
you violated their law and you got punished for it. Like,
You
don't
got-
break people's
Yep.
laws when you visit their country. That's simple.
When you're going to another country, you should know what's legal and what's not legal.
I mean, if you come here and if cocaine is legal in your country, but you bring it here, we're gonna arrest you. You're gonna get punished. It's
Yeah.
illegal here. No.
yeah, you can't use the
Yep.
excuse of I didn't know.
All right, go ahead, Ebola.
All right.
And if somebody is not, this happy with me, okay, but between us, yes, Americans vote for American president. Each European country vote for their president, and only Ukraine. With all respect to Lindsay, if
Pause
I can
it.
say Lindsay, we know each other.
Motherfucker, you suspended your elections because you
Yeah.
want to stay in fucking power.
He was never elected. We installed him. Like he is. They never voted for him. People don't realize that. Ukraine is not a democracy. It's literally a. It's a fascist.
It's a
state,
power vacuum.
Also aided and abetted by us too. Like,
Yeah.
Go ahead, Ebola.
It's pretty much a power vacuum. Anybody can be president
Democrats
if somebody takes him out.
Democrats have had the opposite reaction to the Oval Office meeting. Democratic Senator Chris Murphy from Connecticut
back.
posted this. What just happened in the Oval Office was a planned ambush designed to help a brutal Russian dictator and hurt America's security. Trump has become Putin's
Here we
lapdog, and America's
Here we
global
go.
power is hemorrhaging as America sides with dictators over democracy. What an embarrassment. Do you think the confrontation in the Oval Office today was pre-planned, like Senator Murphy suggests?
I don't know.
You don't know. You think maybe?
I don't know. No. I don't. I mean, this. I don't know about it. I think no. I think it was just a really tough situation because we've been very open, very direct.
What set you off? What made you mad? Because they said your tenor and tone set that.
It's not about mad. It's not, Brad. You see, how to say, when you are in the United States, and for example, president or vice president or somebody or senators, it doesn't matter, big politicians, yes, when they, for example, say that Ukraine is almost destroyed, that our soldiers run away, that they are not heroes, that
but
Ukraine
it's true!
lost millions of civilians,
Yep.
that his president is dictator, you know? What is the reaction? It's not about me. The reaction is that,
guess what, Zelensky?
where is our friendship between Ukraine
no lies
and the
detected.
United States?
You are.
That's it. This is feeling, and that's why I do not want to lose our great partners at the United States. And
People in
I
Ukraine
just
hate this
said
guy's
it.
ass.
It's not the
Like,
first
they
time.
hate him.
I said it before,
Yeah.
and we had some other conversations, and we had in Munich meetings, and I said, please, be
All right,
correct.
pause
Just, I want to be very polite. I mean this, be correct with this number. When you say about
Pause it, Ebola. Motherfucker, this motherfucker in Munich about a couple of weeks ago didn't even show up to talk to the United States envoy. Why? He slept in and totally forgot about the event because he knew he wasn't getting money. This is a fact. This motherfucker slept in and didn't even go to it, disrespecting the United States envoy to say, look, we want this deal. We want to stop this war. Fuck you, Zelensky. Fuck you. And fuck your country, too.
Also, fun fact about Ukraine, they're the highest rate of, shall we say, predatory people in the world that
Really?
do inappropriate crimes, and they harbor that type of stuff. And
Why
they're
am
the
I
leading
not?
nation
Why am I?
for degenerate crimes.
Why I'm not surprised that the Democratic Party actually supports those type of people.
Well, Chris, don't forget, it was the Democrats that started the KKK. So,
Yeah,
that's
that's what I'm saying.
Together.
Yeah, I mean, they
A
like
lot of that
being in
trafficking type of
Halloween
stuff comes out.
costumes and messing with children, dude. It's kind of weird.
Okay. Go ahead, Ebola.
about the number, each person is important. When you say about 1 million of losses, we don't have any million of losses. Just when you speak about the territories, maybe some territories and etc., it's not just territory, it's houses, it's people's lives. You know, their fathers, mother, their relatives, grandfather, they died or during this war. Nobody wants to forgive Putin.
That means
It's
you
not
had
funny,
millions to die,
know,
you
or
dumb
fairy
son of a
tale.
bitch.
This is real life.
And then
That's
surrender
what
the
I
land,
said.
too, and
And
end
when
the
you
war.
said it a lot of times to my big friends
Just
who've
take
been
the L,
here
bro.
Today in our dialogue, and then they again begin to repeat the same things, I think it's not.
Take the
I mean,
L,
this-
give the United States
that's
the
why I said
minerals.
it's not
You
good
still get
way
to keep your
between
country.
partners,
Russia
good
will back
partners
off.
and friends.
However.
That's it. And I think that if journalists asking questions to president, with all respect to vice president, I mean, he has his interview.
Mr.
This
President,
dialogue.
shouldn't this dynamic, if you're going to be like this, be behind closed doors, not?
Of course. And
so do you regret that? Are you
Nah,
regretting that
Trump
that
knew what to
happened
do. We're putting this up
Ever
in the
wondered what
public.
your home looks like from
Because
space?
screw you guys, you shot at me. So
Of your home.
Regretting. Yes, I think it was not good.
He just
I think it
pretended not
was
to
not good
understand. That was
because
fake. I guarantee
We
that.
had a lot of different dialogues.
interpreter.
I'm always open to media, but there are very sensitive things. I just want to be honest, and I just want our partners to understand the situation correctly. And
You're not
I
being
want
honest.
to understand everything correctly. That's about us. Not to lose our friendship.
A couple more things. What are the next steps in your mind? Here we are today. What are the next steps?
I think so. I think so. United States wanted this deal very much, and we've been not against this deal, but we wanted to understand what part in security guarantees will take this deal and what next steps. Just again to understand for our people, during the war, what you don't like, even sometimes hate, surprises. It's understandable. Many terrible things this war brought to us. So we don't want any surprises. Yes, that's why we want to be very fair with our partners. And I think this deal, it was prepared by teams. It was not simple during weeks. And now it's ready. I think that they have to sign. The countries have to sign. The ministers have to sign. That's it. I don't know when.
You have to sign.
It depends on the American side.
So
exactly.
the minerals deal did not have security guarantees listed in it.
It's a part.
The security guarantees?
This is the part in the infrastructure of security guarantees. Because, for example, President Trump shared that.
No, it wasn't.
I think so.
No, it wasn't.
That if we will be there in some productions and etc. in minerals, that Putin will never come on this territory where we are. And I said to him, don't trust Putin. Why? I said, because it's not, I mean, we respect and we believe in strongness of the United States.
I paused it for a second.
But I said to him that.
All right, Zelensky, you will know the reason why Putin would not dare step foot on land that is controlled by America? Oh, because it's controlled by America, you dumb son of a bitch! He wouldn't dare touch that land, you moron! He wouldn't!
He's not.
It's like I said. It's a
Russia's the bigger the bigger kid on the schoolyard. He took your lunch money. Take it. You know, don't draw the shit out. Take the L. Move on.
All right, Ebola. After we watch this, I gave you Zelensky's X. We're gonna pull up all his tweets for the last few hours. This is hilarious.
What?
I'll be back in 1 sec.
Yeah, I gave you. I put in the private chat Zelensky's X. We're gonna pull up and just watch just him coping. After we get
you are coping and seething.
Go ahead, Ebola.
Okay.
We had more than 20 companies, American companies, big companies on the territory of Ukraine. And we had offices, even on temporary occupied territories. For Putin, it doesn't matter. It's American or European company or Ukraine, it doesn't matter. He just came and occupied it. That's what I said. I think this is a great idea, how to strengthen Ukraine and how to make business between two countries, how to make additional jobs for two countries. But it's not just these will not save us.
I read what the Democratic senator said, that Trump has become Putin's lapdog. Do you agree with that President Trump is too close to Vladimir Putin in your mind?
We spoke about it, and I think today, very openly, President Trump, he said that I want to be in the middle. Otherwise, I will not put these guys at the table.
And is he right?
I want to be very honest, I want really him to be more at our side. I will explain why.
Pause.
Because
you want the money. You want the money. You want that money, boy. Like, he wants the money. That's what that is.
That's not how it works. We are the negotiators. We don't take sides, motherfucker. We don't.
Yeah. You want that money.
We're right at the middle saying, all right, you guys, both of you motherfuckers need to stop. It ain't one side or the other. The United States are not taking no fucking sides here. They're taking the sides of the fucking people.
Yeah.
Like it should be. It just shows right there. That shows right there. He doesn't want peace.
He wants money. He wants money in war. That's what he is. He's a warmonger or whatever. If Putin is more open to just say like, okay, I'll stop if he stops. Like if he stops, I'll stop. Because like that's the only way that's gonna stop. Or whatever. That's the only way Putin's gonna stop. Is like if this dude doesn't stop, he's gonna keep on going. And then either way, Putin's going to get his way because he's going to take that land of Ukraine, and they're all going to be Russian. It's going to be, and you know what? You had a chance, and you know what? America is going to be saying like, "Hey, you had a chance," or whatever. Like if you would just listen, or whatever. So.
Go ahead, Ebola.
Just that the war began somewhere between our countries. The war began when Russia brought this war to our country, and they're not right. And they are not right. They didn't respect our territorial integrity. They brought the war on our territory to our families. Sorry for repeating.
Bullshit.
To our houses. And they're
Bullshit.
not right. And
That's bullshit. He wanted access to the Black Sea. And motherfucker, you wouldn't give it to him. You wouldn't give it to him. And he wanted to re-annex the part of Russia, the Russians that want to be part of Russia. That you guys took from Russia. You literally annexed the fucking country and literally illegally annexed part of your country of people that didn't want to be part of it. And if people don't like how I'm saying it, it's fucking true. It's fucking true. Okay, Ebola.
of course, all the Ukrainians want to hear strong position of the United States on our side. From one side, it's understandable. From another side, he wants to find some way of dialogue with Putin. But he always said, as I remember, he always said that peace through strength. And that's why I think that he's strong, United States strong, two parties together in this question, two parties always together against Russia. You're very strong to do strong steps against Putin.
Americans are worried about where the money has gone.
Yeah.
Will there be a very rigorous accounting of where the money has gone? It seems like
Probably
there is
not.
some question about whether there's corruption
He's about to shake his
or
head no.
sold military equipment.
No, it can't be so. 100 billions we've got during 3 years.
183 from the U.S.
Yeah. Now, on the paper, in the documents, yes, but we have, in fact, because 67 came like a weapon. It came through the border. It's checked and it's fixed by everybody, and we shared it not once with the American side. And 31.5, it was direct financial support to the budget. Again, it's very open. It's digitalized. It's open, free, and please. If somebody wants to check it again, we are very, very open with this.
Last thing, Mr. President.
Yeah.
Do you think your relationship with Donald Trump, President Trump, after today, can be salvaged?
Nope.
Can be. Yes, of course, because it's relations more than two presidents. It's the historical relations. Strong relations.
You better say that politically correct answer, because like Trump is watching as we speak.
To thank your people from our people, and this is the most important. And of course, thankful to President, and of course to Congress, but first of all to your people. Your people help to save our people. People.
No, we don't.
Human rights.
No, we don't.
This is where
we have no obligation,
and we are thankful.
Time out.
It's already over. It's done. It's done.
Hold on. Let me say something real quick. I'm getting tired. Look, Isaac, I said this earlier today. I mean, just like a couple of minutes before you got here. I'm getting tired of Europe thinking that we owe them something. We don't. We don't. You guys don't understand all the stuff. Like Europeans always be talking down on America, saying we're this, that, and that. Have the nerve to like adopt all our cultures. Say basically like our fast food, our sports, our media, our music, and all that, and then have the nerve to spit in our face when we come over to their country or whatever, and acting like we don't help them build up their economy. I'm tired of that. We don't have an obligation to protect none of you guys because you're not going to be
movies and shows. They talk about Americans like we're retarded idiots too.
This
Like,
is
they're really
this.
disrespectful.
So to me, the Europeans think their shit don't stink. Plain and simple. They think they're better than us. They think they're all high and mighty. Motherfuckers, what? Who is the first fucking country you call when something goes wrong? It's us. It's always us.
And us is in our name. It's us is in our name too.
All right, Ebola. Play the full Lindsey Graham interview again, so Chris and Isaac can actually see the full interview because Fox didn't like because Lindsey let it slip. He told fucking Zelensky, you gotta stay on message, buddy. We need this mineral rights deal signed.
Yeah.
I saw this, I died, man. I'm like, whoa, shit.
It's like, oh man, Lindsey Graham, dude, Lindsey Graham cracker.
All right.
For you and for us.
So, what I think? Complete, utter disaster. I've been to Ukraine 8 or 9 times since the war started. I understand the consequences of Putin's actions against Ukraine. I appreciate what the Ukrainian people have done. They fought like tigers. At the end of the day, I was hoping that this minerals deal, which would be transformative in the relationship, would go over well. I talked to Zelensky this morning. Don't take the bait. President Trump was in a very good mood last night. Somebody asked me, am I embarrassed about Trump? I have never been more proud of the president. I was very proud of J.D. Vance, standing up for our country. We want to be helpful. What I saw in the Oval Office was disrespectful, and I don't know if we can ever do business with Zelensky again. I think most Americans saw a guy that they would not want to go in business with. The way he handled the meeting, the way he confronted the president was just
the way he
over the
dressed.
top. So I think the relationship between Ukraine and America is important, vitally important. But can Zelensky do a deal with the United States? After what I saw, I don't know.
What do you need to do, sir?
All right, Ebola. All right. So he literally just told him to stay on message. He wants the mineral rights deal, and Zelensky couldn't even get that right.
There's people thinking that Zelensky was coming down off of some Colombian marching powder. He seems to be that he's jumpy and weird and stuff. And I mean, we can't prove it, but he was not on his A game.
That's the symptoms.
All
He's on the
right,
symptoms.
Ebola. All right, Ebola. Pull up Zelensky's Twitter. You guys gotta look at this shit. This motherfucker is literally just copying and pasting the same thing over and over again. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your support. It's so fucking hilarious. Look, it's the same thing over and
This is
over.
why you need a. This is why you need a team. This is why you need a team to like do all your X. If you're a big person like Zelensky or whatever, like because you looking out here crazy, bro.
This is what he's
This
been
whole
doing
entire thing
since
is a
that-
disaster.
And the thing is, so Trump told Zelensky to get the fuck out of the White House today. He told him to fucking
Yeah.
leave.
Yeah, he kicked them out.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and they ate his lunch too.
Yeah, he gave it to the people that were there. He said, "Fuck this little bastard. Fuck him."
You guys want to eat? Sure. Like food's right there.
You know
Let's
what?
go, JD. We're out of here.
I honestly, I think I know what my meme is for Secret Memer next week. I think I got a good idea. Mm-hmm.
Oh man, this is. I was like, I already know Trump is like was mad probably. He's like, damn it, like stupid European Ukraine pieces of like
Dude, even John Bolton, the fucking war hack, was like, yeah, this is embarrassing. And then on Fox News, God, what's his name? Karl Rove said, oh, Putin's the big winner. Hey, Carl, let me tell you something. Take your little chalkboard, flatten that son of a bitch and stick it up your ass. Fuck you, you warhawk motherfucker.
Yeah. Because he's one of those. He's a Bush person. Like he's always been Bush, no matter what. He's Bush until the day he dies. Yeah. I know because like Bush is finna get in trouble because I allegedly I keep on hearing that they're gonna release the 9/11 files too or whatever soon.
He is cooked if that's the case. If they do it,
He is.
Amongst
Oh,
other
yeah.
people.
Yeah. So there are a lot of people. So I'm gonna make a video about this, but I want to talk about this for a couple seconds. So that fiasco yesterday with the Epstein files, which was fucking retarded. We know Alec Baldwin's on there.
It's crazy.
Not the finger, but yeah, well, the finger is
Not
on
the
there.
finger.
The complete one.
Yeah, and so there's a fiasco with that, and today with this, it's like Trump's always has my support. I always will have his back on shit. I didn't like what happened yesterday, but seeing this today is like, yeah, I could overlook yesterday. I can.
Pretty much. He
Yesterday
made up
was
for
a-
it. I was disappointed. He just made up for it. Like overkill.
Yesterday was really
Yesterday
bad.
was a disaster.
But
It was a
today, I think
disaster.
today kind of redeemed yesterday's disaster.
And I just say this much, President Trump. I know you probably will never say this, but keep bringing these motherfuckers in front of the press and show them who the fuck they are.
Yeah.
Because
I will say yesterday proved where the Trump supporters are not a bunch of yes and echo chamber people because all of them were not happy.
A lot of people was calling him out. Like they's basically saying like, "How dare you make fun of this type of situation? Why is the influencers even there?"
Especially the whole Rickroll at the DOJ posting a Rickroll to the Epstein file list.
That's not funny, dude.
What are we doing?
Children were hurt, bro. If you were a victim on that island, you was hurt, bro. Like mentally and physically, whatever.
If you were
little
a
boys
victim,
and little girls got hurt.
Yeah, if you were a victim, you'd be pissed.
Hundreds.
I think I forgot who said it, but she said it was over 200 victims.
More than
that we know of. That we know of.
No, yeah, she said. Oh, she said more than 200 that we can.
And it makes me wonder. Maybe this is just the conspiracy theorist in me. Is like it makes me wonder why you have like people like Lindsey Graham and Karl Rove and them starting to butter up to Trump because I think they might have been on that list or whatever. Like all of a sudden, like they were so anti-Trump, and now they're
I could also say it also maybe shows that how bad that press conference was, that even people that would be warmongers for are like it's that bad that they can't even try to glaze
They can't defend Zelensky. They fucking can.
Yeah.
They're like, this is so bad I can't even find a defense for this.
Yeah. So that's just my conspiracy theory right there. Is like I think some of these people that were like anti-Trump are like now like 24 hours, like they're with Trump out of nowhere. It's crazy. It's weird because that list is floating out there. They're supposed to be releasing the rest of it today or something.
We really don't know. It's such a joke right now with the FBI.
It could be within probably by Monday. So one of the problems is that the Maxwell chick is still on doing an appeal. And that could be halting that too, because all of a sudden she decides to appeal when the stuff starts going.
She needs to be freaking brought to justice too. She's a evil demon. She's a demon.
Yeah,
she's
one
evil.
of the things I heard is that New York had so much stuff held up that they had to go through it all.
Letitia James had her hand in that.
Yeah, I think it might have caused it to get delayed or something. I don't know.
Also, I think for what I heard, they're trying to block out all the kids' names too, or whatever.
Yeah,
like they don't want to release their identities, which is what I can understand. Like
understandably so.
Because if you were a victim, I would not want my name, put out there in the public, especially if you're a minor or whatever. Like until you want to come out yourself and talk about it or whatever.
If they're adults now and they decide to come forward and testify, it's totally up to them. But you can't force that on people.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say this
Yeah.
much to everybody on the left: we know Trump's name is on there because he did fly on one of the planes from Florida to New York, and that was it. We know this for a fact. So stop
He's
saying
on
he
hi-
went to the island. He never
But
went
also,
to the
people
island.
don't realize Epstein was a business mogul in New York. Trump was a business
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
mogul in New York, and it's
They have to do
very part
networking
of the
at least
culture.
once.
Yeah, and Epstein was a manipulator that tried to do favors for people and be friendly and be on people's good side.
Also, the
And
people say,
And then
saying
as
that
soon as they
he was
said,
on the flight list. If he was actually on the island, it would have been released at this point. If Trump was actually
Yeah.
on that list, but since it
but
hasn't been released,
what they said is because Trump knew about what's his name or whatever, not Zelensky, Epstein or whatever. He cut
He
all
banned
business
him.
ties with him.
Mhm.
Yeah.
He banned him from Mar-a-Lago because he found out.
yeah, he's like, you're no longer welcome.
So
So
it's one of those things of I'm not gonna say anything out loud, but you know what you did. Like, it's one of those type of things.
It's like a behind the scenes the shaming that only a shaming that no one else knows.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So I think we're gonna end it here because I had to go live because that pissed me off. That little bastard today. That really fucking pissed me off. And I saw Isaac's video today, and Isaac, your mic sounds fine. I know. I saw your little post. Is you're so probably your best
I need
bet.
to dial
Go
a
to
few things in.
go to eBay because this little setup I got cost me like $30
Yeah.
to get, and it's a USB mic, and it sounds really good. But yeah, so
Yeah.
it was a
I
good
might get a little
video.
bit of noise dampening, like stuff. That's what I might do. I think.
Yeah.
Just to eliminate any reverb and echo and stuff.
Yeah. But we're gonna end it here. Thank you everybody for coming in tonight. So, Ebola, what you got coming up?
I cover some kind of cases over in Asia. That would be Johnny Smalley and some SA case. Since that's kind of sensitive on YouTube, I have to say that words, not the actual what the word actually means.
Mm-hmm.
And anything else anything other going on.
Isaac, what you got coming up?
Same. Just YouTube every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, new video, politics, pop culture stuff, and yeah, just working on that. And same stuff like this, covering it. So check it out, and we'll see what the future holds. So
Yep.
it's good we talked about this little dwarf today because I think he was ticking us all off.
Oh, for sure.
It was entertaining to watch though.
So, Crease, what you got coming up, brother? We got some big shit coming up, don't we?
Yeah. So tomorrow I'm definitely gonna be with some of my friends from the Kings of Pop Culture. We're gonna do another Cobra Kai stream, so check that out on my friend Strike's channel. And then tomorrow KSW too. Talk about Akira Toriyama, and then we got next week, however. So for the homies, starting at 7 o'clock Central, 8 o'clock Eastern. That's it.
And the same for me. The links. So we have a Discord. The homies have a Discord. We're going to do some gaming streams. We're going to do some watch parties. In there, I did start a guild on Power World, and there's people that have joined it. So yeah, next Thursday for the homies podcast, 8 o'clock Eastern. Tomorrow night on the official KSW channel, we're gonna celebrate the 1 year anniversary of the great Sensei Toriyama's passing. Tonight was the last episode of Dama. Highly recommend it. Also, this right here was a test run for a show that I've been thinking about doing on this channel and naming it "Kicking It with the Homies." I wanted to test it out tonight to see how it goes, and it actually went pretty well. It might be something I'll start up here in the next few months, and probably have these guys come back whenever they can. But we will see you guys tomorrow night on KSW, and then next week for the Homies podcast. There is no outro because I don't really have one on this channel. So everybody say goodbye and like the stream, nerds.
Like the stream.
Like the
Bye.
Peace out, man.
Later, faggots.
Peace.
Wow.
Wow.